I.S.U.P.K.
Of the truth, what really happened to our people, what our real history is, what we was doing directly before slavery, and then the direct timeline before that. No book in the white man's history, in the white man's schools, covers that full history. You can't find a white man's book that covers our history from before America, right before slavery, and on. You only will find that in the Bible, man.
You're from Indiana, right?
I lived in Indiana. I'm from I-1 West, man. That's where I learned, man. That's where I'm born again. But I lived in Indiana. I went to that college out there, man.
That's where you at now?
I'm still out there now, man. We raising up the camp out there now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's the terrain out there?
No, it's like Egypt. Egypt had treasure cities. So even though Indiana looked like it's nothing, you got treasure cities. You got treasure cities in Indiana, like Indianapolis. That's a treasure city where you got Hebrews that live in workman villages, black people that live in workman villages in the city. And you'll find that across the country, just like the Bible described Egypt. It had treasure cities. Commander GEN.YAHANNA brought that out in an Egyptian book on a radio show. I got it on CD, where they had workman villages. That's with narrow streets. That's where black people live in these treasure cities, man. These narrow streets, these hallways, these projects in these big cities across the country.
What part of the Israelite doctrine sold you? What made you say without a shadow of doubt, I'm a Hebrew? What part of the doctrine?
The fact that the I.S.U.P.K and the Hebrew Israelites were the only ones. It wasn't even one thing that sold it. It was the fact that they were the only ones who had the answer for what I was looking for. I was looking for our history, pre-slavery, and beyond. I wanted to know exactly what happened to us before the slave ships and beyond. No other history, no other books, no other doctrine, no other teaching has that information.
Right.
The only Hebrew Israelites, I.S.U.P.K, has that pre-slavery, right before slavery and beyond history.
That's right.
Greek, Roman era, the Persian era, Babylonian era, many eras of the world. I.S.U.P.K, the Hebrew Israelites, the only ones who have that knowledge of what happened there.
And give us that knowledge right now. Give me that knowledge. Give me that knowledge about enslavement and stuff like that you said that only I.S.U.P.K has.
This is an example of one of the books we go into to prove our point to some other people who on the outside looking in, who need more than the Bible. Mainly it's the Bible that tells about us we would lose our culture. Jeremiah 17:4 says the Israelites would discontinue from their heritage. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know ain't no Africans or ever Israelites.
Right.
Or Igbos or none of that, Ethiopians, because there's no time where they wasn't that. They were always the Igbos. They were always the Philistine Jews, the Ethiopians. The white man, he been calling himself that. There was no time where he wasn't calling himself that. I said before when we was calling ourselves that. You know what I'm saying? But Babylon and Timbuktu and that Bible got the doctrine, got the history. Babylon and Timbuktu tell you how we came out of Jerusalem into Africa. I know you people done heard this before. You You know what I'm saying? I know they done heard this before. Also, you want to chime in on something real quick?
And another thing that sold us, one of the things that sold me actually, was the geography. Now remember, it was a prophecy that Christ spoke in Luke chapter 21 and verse 21 and 20. You know, when it talked about Jerusalem being compassed with armies, right? And that's what we call martial law today, when you had the Romans come down and they blocked off the city and all that, right? You had one escape route, and that one escape route would lead you south. You see what I'm saying? Now think about it. Now what's south of Jerusalem, right? Now you take that and you link that up with, it's also a scripture that the Lord said he would cause the house of Judah to take root downward and bear fruit upward, right? So now if you got a tree, you know what I'm saying, and that tree's planted, the roots have to go deep down inside the ground, right? So where would deep down from Jerusalem be? That would be into Africa, right? Okay, now what you do from that? And you couple that with Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, when it says, I shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now you see the link now. And that was the thing, that persuaded me to let me know right there that we were the Israelites that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. So yeah, the brother, man, bringing out heavy knowledge. But like I said, man, I done scoured the #1 books in colleges and libraries in this whole white man society, man. I went to Indiana University. I was a student there, man, in that Herman B. Wells library, and I scoured that whole library. I lied, kid you not. In my dorm room, I had books this high from the floor up of books that I done went through. Egyptian books, Ethiopian books, Nubian books, Cometian books, all of those books just to find where's the connection between us going into the slave ships. Nothing has it, man. The white man done wiped it out of every book. He done wiped it out of every historical record, but there's one record he could not wipe it out of. That's that Bible. That's that Bible. He could not wipe it out of that book. Even though he tried to teach us lies on it, he couldn't wipe it out.
That's right. If he couldn't wipe it out, brother, then how come there's still books that's missing out of the Bible? There's books that's right now to this day that you can't find in the Bible that's talking about that black woman in that
Black woman? Go ahead, officer.
Okay, now here's the thing. Now every nation, hold on, brother. Every nation on the face of the planet has libraries, right? But then when you're at war and you get invaded by other nations and they start to tear your stuff up, right? What's going to end up happening with a lot of books? You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are going to get lost. You see what I'm saying? That's common knowledge right there. You invade any damn word and you bomb the hell out of that city and you level it to the damn ground, you're going to start to lose records. You're going to lose a lot of stuff. But see, here's the thing though. King James was a black man.
That's right.
In Europe at the time that took what he could compile together, the 66 books that he could compile together, you know what I'm saying, along with the Apocrypha, also the 14 to the Apocrypha, right before they executed him. So, you know, instead of, you know, looking to give horse in the mouth, what we actually should be doing, and we should be thanking the Lord that he let that man live long enough to compile those 80 books.
That's right. Any other questions, you know, for the Israelites? Captain my name is Captain Kapash, man, over Indiana, Southern Ohio, and Louisville. This is Officer Tarap over Louisville specifically, man. If you in Louisville or you in any of that Midwest area, you anywhere in the country, I.S.U.P.K got classes, I.S.U.P.K got schools, got brothers that you need to click up with and link up with, and stop sitting back and getting high and get in with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even if you're getting high, come with your brothers anyway. We got a school in Indiana, man. Brothers come in that's high on crack and drugs, all that. Come to our school, man, and they get the brotherhood and they building themselves up, man. Y'all are one of the younger men that's coming to school in Indiana. Straight from cutting grass. He cutting grass, scrapping metal to get his crack money. He come to the I.S.U.P.K to get brotherhood, man. Where the hell that man gonna go to get brotherhood from? You know what I'm saying? Where's them crackheads gonna go? Where them druggies gonna go? Where them brothers as zombies walking around? Where the fuck they gonna go? They only gonna come to the I.S.U.P.K. We're the only ones who give a damn about about those brothers, man.
That's right.
Nobody else give a damn about the brothers, man. Go ahead, Officer Rob.
That's right. And what the captain's bringing out is heavy, man. That's right. You know what? We do like what Christ said to do. You know, Christ look at the lowly brothers, man. He don't just look at the brothers that's on high. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord always had to cut the Pharisees all the damn time, because that's what they wanted to do. You see what I'm saying? Christ looks at the brothers that's in the dust. You know what I'm saying? And he brings that brother and raises that brother up. You know why? So that the Most High gets the glory. You see what I'm saying? The Most High is getting little glory when you already got a man that's already up there and he raised him up. You know, the Most High is like, nah, he wants his glory that's due to him. You know what I'm saying? That's why he takes men from the dust. And us at the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, we do the same thing. That's what we do. Because the Spirit of the Lord is up on us. We look at the lowly brothers. The brothers are down. You know what I'm saying? On the bottom, who everybody else count out.
Right, that was me.
The I.S.U.P.K is made of brothers that was once counted out. Now look, you got officers, you got captains, you got generals, you got men that's in the rank system of the Lord.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And you know, and the Lord, you know, here's the thing that people don't understand about the Lord. The Lord doesn't bless anything that ain't in proper order.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord take that man from the dust and put him in the rank system. Now you got order happening. Now you can get the blessings of the Lord.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So let's not hold.
We got one more. We're gonna roll out in a minute. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got one more question. Like, I know you see what's going on in the conscious community with the, I guess you could say, the rise of Kemetic science and the conflict that they got with the Israelites. What is your position on the Kemetic doctrine? What is your position on the Kemetic doctrine?
Shoot, it ain't even only my position. It's the position of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? The Lord ain't. The Lord is focused on raising up His people, like the brother just brought out. But the Kemetic science, what's their position on what they believe? The people in Africa right now, they are inviting and loving and making love with the Chinese right now. The Chinese are building soccer stadiums, infrastructure, schools, hospitals, streets, roads, railroads for the African people. They making deals with the African people. The Chinese are right now. They putting billions of dollars into Africa as partners with the Africans. Now, my question to the Kemetic people, what the fuck are you going to do for the African people? What are you going to bring to the table for these people that you supposedly supposed to be brotherhood with?
That's right.
You can't bring nothing to the table that they're not getting from the Chinese. You know, and here's another thing. If you became a Muslim, you're going to start speaking Arabic, Muslim languages. You're going to start having an Arabic friend. Oh yeah, shalom alaikum, look him. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start having Arab friends. You become a Christian, you're going to start saying white man words and trying to talk big words like the white man, wearing a suit, outfit of the white man, have white friends. You become a conscious person who believes in Pan-Africanism. You trying to claim us of African descent, speaking African stuff, loving African people. But what the fuck's going to make you love black people here in America? What's going to make you love them people above all, man? There ain't nothing going to do that except the I.S.U.P.K and the Israelites. We the only ones who focus on us, man. We focus on each other. We right here with each other in the same ghetto, in the same community. We're not focused on Sudanese people in Sudan walking with spears, or the Kenyan Somalian people who making deals with China. That got nothing to do with us, and it never will. That's like me saying, let's all make a business on the moon, and we're gonna bring back moon rocks and sell it. That's a damn pipe dream, man. It ain't gonna happen. That's what the conscious community got. The Pan-Africanist community have to come to a realization, and you will eventually, if you're not already, that those African nations and African people, there's no coming together with you. There's a great divide between you and them, and it will never come. It will never be broken. But this is what divide will be broken, man. Me and this brother, I'm young, he's old. He from the South, I live in the North. We totally different brothers. He might have been a blood, I might have been a Crip. What's gonna make us come together? Only the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
Only this. Only this. There's nothing else, man, that's gonna do it. You wanna say one thing too?
And here's another thing, like the I.S.U.P.K, we know that Hispanics and Native Indians are Israelites, right? So you see Hispanics and Native Indians in the I.S.U.P.K. Now let me ask a question. Now since I done been in New York, I done sat there, I done seen Africans walking up and down the block. I done seen them in this very park. Now, why aren't they even even coming up and at least even saluting or greeting the brother Commission brothers. Riddle me that right there.
That's right.
Notice the divide. You see the divide? The divide is cut and damn clear. They look, the only thing that they doing is looking at y'all from a distance. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And I know, see, y'all ain't like us. We don't allow no damn Africans around us. But y'all embrace the Africans. It's awfully funny because they're not with y'all. You see what I'm saying? Now what's going on with that?
Inside Christ. Inside Christ.
Well, that's a real simple, easy answer. Because I'm African. That's why. That's why they can come amongst us, because we are African.
They not coming
now,
amongst
where was you at in Africa for you to come over here not to be an African? Where was you at over there in Africa?
Just because we was taken from Africa, that don't mean that's what we was. I just went over that. When I talk about Christ, you know, Christ's prophecy in Luke 21 and verse 20, right? When we was ran down into Africa during that time, during 70 AD, right? And then I also coupled that with Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. See, that's how you link it together. You see what I'm saying? What happened to us there? We ended up on ships. You see what I'm saying? That's how we got over to America. We were the Israelites, not no damn Africans.
So where was you at? You was in Africa, though, right?
And then here's another thing.
Oh, you ain't answering
No,
that.
I'm gonna bring it out because they want to say Africa. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you, James Monroe, President of the United States of America, set up a colony of niggas, people and blacks from the Caribbean, Israelites, in Africa, called Monrovia, Liberia today. Guess what happened when we went over there? What do you think happened, Sinetta?
You tell me.
War happened. It was never no coming together. He put these blacks in Africa with a solution, an economy to come together with Africans for America. It was war. It's still war to this day. You can look up a video on Vice TV with General Butt Naked. He's a retired general. He would battle butt naked against us in Africa. And he would take a baby. He said it himself. He would take a baby, cut the baby from the back, take the heart out, feed it to the little African kids that's in the war with him, and they would like fuel them for the battle. And then they would come out and fight against us. Brothers just said that's true.
No, that's true.
So now, so that happened in the 1800s. Marcus Garvey tried it again in the 1900s. It happened again as well, like Freetown, other places. So all these settlements that we tried to go and be with the Africans and live amongst them, they all failed.
Why?
They all failed. Monrovia today is one of the most poverty-stricken cities in the world. They don't even have bathrooms. They just shit right there. And then walk right by the shit and live by the shit. They just shit. That's how bad we living when we go over there to Africa. And when we, hold on.
But you're generalizing, not all.
No, that's one city. That's the city that we was over there. Now, you want us to come around 2017 and go back over there again. What do you think's gonna happen? History is gonna repeat itself, man, unless you learn from it.
That's right.
You can't just keep repeating failure. A leader, if you're a leader, you gotta look at failures. Here's a civil rights leader's failure. Those damn civil rights leaders who so-called uppity Negroes got 10 degrees, were they black industry for black people? That's the question I have for these civil rights Negroes. Hold on. The uppity Negroes. You got 10 degrees and you talking about you so educated, but you ain't got not one industry for black people. You ain't got one 10,000 employee business for your people, but you such an educated Negro. Them damn civil rights leaders were fools, man. Stupid old dinosaurs. That civil rights shit didn't work. That African uniting shit don't work. What will work is when we come together with the Lord.
That's right.
That's what's working, man. Let's go with what's working and not failed plans that we did already.
That's right. What I see is just a bunch of brothers dealing with belief. Just like the Christians, they deal with belief. You believe that Jesus existed. You believe that the Messiah existed. How come a man like Jesus, who's supposed to be the most powerful influence on the earth, and nobody could find him? Nobody could find his mother. Nobody could find his father. But you can go back thousands of years and you can find the tomb of Imhotep. You can find the tomb of a few of the ancient Egyptians that's there. A few. You just said it. Relax. A few. You already know I'm coming. But what I'm saying, only a few. Why we can't find Jesus yet, brother? Where is Jesus? When we gonna find something? Give us an inkling that he existed. Why we can't find this man? Great man.
No sweat. Jesus.
Don't help him. Don't
Look. Let me ask you this: can you find that Mongolian ruler? What's that dude in Mongolia who was a great? Genghis Khan. Where's Genghis Khan bones? Do you he don't know where Genghis Khan bones is at. But you go to Mongolia, they are united under Genghis Khan. You see what I'm saying? You look at their land, they got that land under Genghis Khan.